We get to sit down with another legend today.
GOAT status.
I just want to read some accolades real quick before I introduce this person. Two-time NCAA champ at SC. Won the first 4 WNBA championships.
How many?
4 straight.
Okay, make sure.
Was the finals MVP of all 4 chips.
How many?
4.
Okay.
Yeah. 8-time overseas scoring champ. I mean, and that's just some of the accolades. Welcome to the show, the one and only, Miss Cynthia Cooper.
All right.
You're sitting down with a legend today, certified gold status. Let's run through some of her accolades real quick. 2-time NCAA champion at USC. Led the charge in winning the first 4 WNBA championships. That's right, 4 in a row. And yes, she was the finals MVP in all 4. 8-time overseas scoring champ. And that's just scratching the surface. Welcome to the show, the one and only Cynthia Cooper. Cynthia didn't just give Caitlin Clark her flowers. She basically rolled out the red carpet, fired off confetti cannons, and threw her a standing ovation on national TV. It was classy, heartfelt, and about as rare as a WNBA highlight reel that doesn't come with controversy. Now, stack that up against Sheryl Swoopes, who brought a whole bouquet of passive-aggressive shade thick enough to block the sun. This wasn't just commentary, it felt like a reunion with unresolved drama, except the setting is a press room, and the tensions. Been simmering for decades.
It's amazing how different somebody like Cynthia Cooper is to Sheryl Swoopes. They played together, but the difference in the hateration, the pettiness, the jealousy that comes from one former player versus the other former player is...
Cooper's tribute was pure elegance. Swoopes? Well, she looked like she was auditioning for pettiest teammate of the century. Describe Caitlin Clark in one word: amazing. A beast. She's the real deal. Now, enter Cynthia Cooper, Hall of Famer, trailblazer, absolute bucket, who carried the early WNBA like a one-woman army. She stepped into the Caitlin Clark conversation and didn't just speak on it, she amplified it. Cooper didn't just throw out vague compliments. She delivered pointed, deliberate praise.
Back, Caitlin, if you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year and then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
It wasn't empty. Hype. It was a legend recognizing another one in the making. Meanwhile, Swoopes? She can't seem to keep Caitlin's name out of her mouth unless it's attached to some complaint or dig. If jealousy were a stat, Swoopes would be a league leader. If you agree with Cynthia Cooper, drop Coop and CC in the comments below. Now, let's really unpack the drama. Cynthia saw Caitlin Clark pull up from the logo, sling no-look dimes, and bend physics on the court, and she recognized it for what it is.
Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game.
Carry on.
I know you like that.
Hell yeah.
I said that because when she comes to the league, regardless of what team she goes to that has vets on that team, she probably ain't gonna get 40 shots a game.
Genius. She said what real ones say. This girl's got it. Clark's got Sue Bird's vision, Steph Curry's range, and the calm of a 10-year vet who's seen everything and still cracks a smile after each play. Cooper saw that and said, "This is what the WNBA needs."
3 WNBA MVPs in your career. Would you consider each of those 3 seasons as dominant seasons for yourself?
No.
I can't. Bro, Sheryl Swoopes is willing to lie about her own career before she even admits that Caitlin...
Meanwhile, Swoopes is somewhere scribbling wild theories on a whiteboard like she's prepping for a Netflix conspiracy doc. Caitlin and the case of the inflated stats. Please. Here's Swoopes. If Kelsey Plum set the record in 4 years, Caitlin needs to break it in 4 too. Otherwise, it doesn't count. She's acting like Clark got an extra year she didn't even use. At the same time, Angel Reese could go 2 for 11 with 6 turnovers and a foul for every limb, and Swoopes would still act like she just discovered. The next, Diana Taurasi. This isn't analysis. It's a fantasy league with rules made up on the spot.
We all know these WNBA veterans, for the most part, has not been very welcoming besides your Sue Birds, your Cheryl Millers, and a few others. But when it comes to Sheryl Swoopes and them, oh, there's some serial haters, bruh. Now, Lisa Leslie, she been alright, but she criticized the time too. But with all that being said, Cynthia Cooper made it her business to big up Caitlin Clark.
When Clark drops 40, it's overhyped. When Reese gets a double-double, it's a revolution. And Swoopes isn't just wrong, she's loud wrong. While we're watching Clark redefine excellence, Swoopes is leading a one-woman crusade against her with the energy of someone who thinks giving credit is a betrayal. She even denied that her 3 MVP seasons were dominant, just to downplay Clark's rookie campaign. That's next-level denial. Meanwhile, Reese just got her role reduced by the Chicago Sky because, well, they'd like to score this season. Turns out, you need to make more than putbacks at the pro level, and the numbers don't lie. Caitlin isn't just filling arenas, she's outdrawing NBA teams in some cities. Reese, you could throw in courtside seats, a meet and greet, and a Drake cameo and still not fill the rows. And Cooper?
And I heard you gave me my flowers. Oh, got a copy. I got a little emotional. So I'm also going to return this to you, one, because you deserve it.
Thank you.
As a Black woman, to watch you walk in your truth, regardless of what everybody says, how they feel. Perfect name for this podcast. I love how you just keep...
She kept it real. She's the full package, Cooper said. Shoots the 3, gets to the rim, draws fouls, backdoor cuts, playmaking, crafty as hell. And let's not forget, she's a rookie. Putting up this kind of impact in year 1? That's top-tier greatness.
31.6, 7.4 rebounds, 9 assists, right? Did anyone expect her to do that in WNBA?
Those 3, no.
Right? So she didn't do that.
No.
Now, if we say her stats are today, what?
20 points, 8.4 assists, 6 rebounds.
That's crazy.
But
That's crazy.
5.6
Those are hell of a number.
Those are hell of a numbers.
And still, Clark gets treated like an intruder. The veterans, aside from the Sue Birds and Cheryl Millers, have not exactly rolled out the welcome mat. Swoopes and her clique? They're serial haters. Even Lisa Leslie's been shaky with her support at times. But Cooper? She stepped up. She said what needed to be said. Why is acknowledging this young woman's brilliance a crime?
I can see the salt. I can see the sweat beads coming out of Sheryl Swoopes' forehead right now, while her former teammate, who won 4 WNBA championships with her, 4. And she's getting on here and she's telling the world Caitlin Clark is the truth.
Because legends don't feel threatened. They feel inspired. They pass the torch without trying to burn down the next gen. Meanwhile, Swoopes is stuck in a loop, bitter, resentful, and loud about it. You know what we want to see? Sabrina Ionescu versus Caitlin Clark in a 3-point shootout at All-Star Weekend in Indiana. Make it happen. The difference is clear. Cooper sees Clark and says, "Brilliance." Ah, Swoopes. She mutters something petty and refuses to clap. Clark isn't just good. She's transforming the game. From jersey sales to packed arenas to primetime deals, she's the shift. But every time her name trends, it's like we're back on trial. Objection, Your Honor. She's too talented. And Clark? Silent. No clapbacks, no IG rants, just 30-point nights and interviews so polished, she makes politicians look messy. That's what really rattles them. She's not just winning. She's doing it with grace. Swoopes? She'd rather pretend Angel Reese tripping over hype is better for the league. Caitlin? She's lifting the league. Ticket sales? Her. Viewership spikes. Her. Merch flying. Still her, and Cooper saw it. She didn't just compliment Clark. She handed her the baton gracefully. Meanwhile, Sheryl's backstage whispering sweet nothings to an old box score, still hoping one vintage rebound can win her the day. Here's the truth. Real legends empower the next ones. They don't gatekeep the spotlight. They extend it. And Clark? She's not hype. She's history. Happening now. The only question is, are you watching?